Greetings and salutations to space pirates, privateers, mercenaries, and especially miners for this ship. This is Grim coming at you live from Cartel Incorporated's mining base on Akua, somewhere near a beach. It's pretty frosty. We got cocktails. Come and join us. The ship you see before you is the Cartel Incorporated Heavy Industry. It is a capital vessel. It is large. It is made 100% out of combat steel. It can take a hell of a beating. And it's got a lot of space for all that good stuff. So, let's get into it, shall we? First things first, this is a big ship. I spared no expense on throwing absolutely everything I had into this to make it a mobile mining base. You can take everything with you, including a vast collection of ships, which you'll see starting at the rear end here, with the vacuous hangar. It's accessible from 4 different directions if you're in a ship. Doors all the way around. Towards the rear, there's a gravity generator up on the roof. Engine pods on the side, nicely displayed. Engine under glass, I like to say. There's also easy access to both of the massive cargo containers here, 304,000 each. They run under the floor, nice and out of the way. Up above, you'll see a giant bay door. This is so that you can land a particularly large SV straight through the roof, no problem. Ceiling is nice and tall, stays out of your way. Moving ahead. At the front of the bay, on the port side of the ship, we have a universal constructor and a deconstructor, above which are 4 standard cargo boxes for storing loot and inputs and outputs and such. Across the way on the other side, 2 advanced constructors with, sitting above them, a line of 4 small constructors, hiding underneath their own cargo boxes as well. Lots of storage. You shouldn't ever run out. And immediately at the front of the bay is the wall to the core and the CPU room. Another gravity generator. As I said, this is a big ship, so there's a few of those along the way. There's a repair console here. Off in the floor in the center is the repair bay, so anything you park in the bay can be fixed. Let's move up through this elevator. There's 1 per side, and we're going to go up and check out the bridge. Nice easy access straight from the hangar bay. And here is the main bridge. There's your pilot seat. Over here is the upgrade console. In the back, plenty of room for science stations, extra upgrades if you want to throw them in. I've already included both of the science stations here, and as things are made available, there's lots of space to expand. Directly off of the bridge on either side, there's access to the outside. We'll get into more of this in a little bit, but I've made use of the outside as well. There's a couple of landing pads up here for other CVs if you want to dock them, and they're all accessible. I've made sure that ladders are around so you can get where you need to go. Bridge has a nice moonroof, really good view out of here. Even though it's got that construction aesthetic, it's still a pretty nice looking place to be. So we'll head down the elevator on the other side here, and go down the port side of the ship, which starts with the med bay. It's fully complemented, everything that you could possibly ask for, right when you come through the door. You don't have to wait long. Extra storage, a little counter. Lots of this is just aesthetic, but I think it adds to it. Beds for recovery, etc., yada, yada, yada. First stop, though, is the CPU room. This is a Core 9 ship, which means it's got all of the accessible upgrades already built in. The only thing you can add here are aux cores and more quantums, and those are late game pieces. So you can add those at your leisure, but it does not come with them. Sorry. Moving down. On the other side of the med bay is access to the fuel and O2 room. And I made sure that we've got lots of both. You shouldn't be running out of gas anytime soon, or that tasty stuff that we all like to breathe so much. Moving forward along the port section, or along the port side, sorry, we come to the garden section. Again, another gravity generator, glass roof, so you've always got a good view. And there are 36 plots underneath their own lights here. Nicely decorated little room. Moving ahead, popped a wall in here separating it from where hydroponic stations have been allotted. This wall can come down. The hydro stations are in line with the other grow plots in the previous room, so this can all turn into one giant grow room. Now, this is the engineering section of the ship. On the starboard side is our warp drive and our shields. All encased, nothing needs to be done here. On the other side, we have two massive generators and the pentaxid tank, Wi-Fi, RCS, all that good stuff. Now, there is a sign up there that gives you directions on how to configure this once you've gotten your hands on a fusion generator. The floor has been marked, showing you where fusion and shields can go and how to reorganize all of the bits and pieces so that they fit behind a nice glass wall like that when you're done. The last bit going forward here is going to be the mining bridge. So you can fly the ship from here as well, looking out the front glass with those 8 massive mining lasers on either side of you. So it's good for getting an up-close view of the work that you're doing. When you're done mining, we'll head back down on the starboard side of the ship to the one area I don't think we've covered just yet. Going back across the garden and into the galley / mess hall. I wanted to make it a nice, comfortable place to be. 1950s diner-inspired colors. You've got 2 freezers, food processor, room for more. You can expand at your leisure. And I've left a little bit of space for you to design it as you see fit as well. It does come with everything you need, but please feel free to add more. And now we've made it back into the main hangar bay. So I'm going to adjust the sun outside so that we get a good view of what's up on top of the ship. There we go. That looks nice. So back up the elevator to the bridge. And we'll head out the starboard door here and go up to the aft deck. Where we are met with one of this ship's 6 medium GAT cannons. More than enough to keep the drones at bay and everybody inside safe and sound. This is the massive roof hatch. As I said, more than large enough to fit most of the SVs that you're going to run across in the game. Coming around to the back, you'll see that every thruster on this is one of the advanced ion thrusters. I kept them ions to keep the CPU cost down, so you can still get it at a Core 9 without going any further. Same thing with the advanced radar display. Yes, this is a radar that works. And now we'll head up towards the front of the ship and take a look at the neat little bits and bobs that we've got going on over there. Down the other side, and there's the access to the bridge. Nice and convenient. Stairs up and across to a landing pad for another capital vessel size ship. The idea behind this is the Cartel Incorporated heavy industry is a miner first and foremost. 8 mining lasers up front, loads of space for ore. We've got mining turrets. Multi-turrets is what they're called, but we all use them for mining anyway. You can also use them for salvaging ships, and here's the other GAT cannons that were up at the front. But That being said, it's not that well armed for a capital ship. So why not park another capital ship on it so that when you get into trouble, you can jump into that and go take care of business. Cartel Incorporated provides a range of capitals that would fit just perfectly with this ship. Same color scheme, same everything. They're from the heavy industry line. And we'll go down and take a walk around the bottom now. Big heavy-duty landing gear, nicely shielded thrusters, a couple little bit of missing paint chips, but we didn't see those. You didn't see them, right? It's got good ground clearance. All of the ramps are attenuated to the doors that they belong to, and there is a nice large field so that you can set them off from a ways away and not have to worry for waiting for the door to open. Well, there's another couple of gats over there at the back. I do believe that brings the count up to 8. I might be wrong. It's been a while since I looked at this. And finally, we'll come around to the back here before we take this bird for a spin. Just so you can see. She's been outfitted all the way around with heavy-duty spot lamps. These will illuminate the area around you no matter how dark the planet is. And make sure that you can always find your way home. That being said, let's head up to the bridge and let's take it on a little mining journey out into space. Okay, ready in 3, 2, 1, liftoff. As I said before, she's made out of combat steel, so she does lift a little slow. She's a little bit sluggish, but she will get you where you want to go. Lots of torque, as we like to say in the hot rod world. And that's what gives you all the power to begin with. Now to go find a nice juicy little asteroid. Okay, we're coming up to that cobalt asteroid. Let's get a little bit closer. Alright. Now I'm going to go switch to the mining bridge and we'll see what those lasers can do. Alright. Let's have a little look from outside here. Get up nice and close so it's well lit. See what the view looks like. There we are. And as you can see, it takes absolutely no time to get the job done. Shift over to another part here. Make sure that we're not too close. And as you can see, the generators aren't even bothering to struggle. It can hold on to mining like this all day long without breaking a sweat. And if we go take a look at the harvest controller. So for a few seconds of mining, we got 1150 cobalt, almost 3500 crushed stone, and 145 graphite for our trouble. Now let's take her back in and see how she is to land. So we're on final approach. Just starting to resin the mining base there, which you can find out all about in a different video from Cartel Incorporated. It really is everything you need when mining is your MO. Let's just slide this in. That looks about right. And there we go. So there's one other thing that I wanted to show everybody with this guy. Right, turn the power off and things don't open anymore. I should remember that. I remember the first time that I started getting into this game, I had a little bit of trouble with being able to gauge size of capital vessels without actually getting into them myself and flying them around. When you watch a video, it's not always that easy to sort of figure out how big they would be next to your ship. So, this is a standard SV. It's called the Falconet. It's one of our sporty little boats. And we're going to drop this in through the top hangar. And let you see just how big this little mining operation is. Easily fits within the vacuous space here. You could fit probably 15 of them on the floor of the hangar. So, I do believe that's that. Once again, it's Grim. This is Cartel Incorporated. And that is the Cartel Incorporated Heavy Industry. Thanks for joining me.